Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Watch My Collection Grow. This is your host, Mr. H, and today we're going to be talking about my watch collection. So I've seen a few channels and they do a lot of reviews and they get sent in watches to sort of check it out, go through the specs. I'm going to work in a slightly different way. All of these watches are owned by myself. So the first rule, if they're not owned by myself, they're watches that I've had hands-on experience with. So with that in mind, that's going to be the first big promise of my channel. If it hasn't been on the wrist, doesn't get on the list. So with that in mind, we're going to go over my first watch I'm reviewing, which is my Casio Edifice Water Resist 200. Not sure the exact model number, but I'm sure some of the eagle-eyed collectors and watch aficionados out there will be able to hopefully fill me in on that. So if you do pop a little comment down there and let me know. So with that said, let's get on with it. So this is my recent acquisition, the Casio Diver. I really like this watch. I've had a bit of a thing for dive watches for quite a while because they tick some of the main boxes of my sort of specifics or specifications I look for in a watch. One, I like it to be durable. I like it to be not something that's going to break. I like reliability and I like functionality. Dive watches at the moment seem to meet that requirement as they have to be quite clear and obviously easily legible. So that's something that's really drawn me to the dive watches at the moment. And all the watches in my collection do feature that similar sort of ethos, which is functionality as well as affordability. I'm not exactly going to have a high income on this one. So all my watches, they're going to be ones that I owned. They're going to be watches that I can afford. So they're not going to be too much in the way of high-end luxury watches on my channel. But that doesn't mean to say that just because you haven't got thousands of pounds to spend on a watch, they don't have to be lovely, nice-looking pieces that look great, draw some admiration and some nice remarks, and you can actually get some really iconic timepieces in there as well. So all said and done on that one, let's talk about this watch. So I purchased this one second-hand from eBay. Got a bit of a bargain as it was in a bit of a condition. When it came down to me, it had the remnants of some rubber straps left on the lugs, and there was not much after that. The rubber itself had kind of rotted and torn away quite badly, so took those off straight away, and luckily had this NATO strap, which was abandoned from a previous watch project. With the black on the face, with the green lume and the black and the green of the watch strap, I kind of think that looks really good, to be honest. I wasn't too sure on this strap beforehand, but putting it on this watch, it just seems like it's just meant to be there. Another key issue this watch had when it first came down to me was there was a lot of heavy gouges and scratches on the crystal. So I got to work with my Dremel tool and a product called Scratch Genie. You can find that on eBay. Do check it out. It is an absolutely brilliant product for clearing up scratches on glass and mineral glass faces. Do not use it on any acrylics. So to test that, I usually just tap the glass on my teeth and you find out straight away whether it's acrylic or glass. So I polished that all up. Not looking too bad, to be honest. Still a few little scratches, but that is going to happen with a second-hand watch. Obviously, it's been worn and well loved, and you can tell. A second issue, or another issue, sorry, third issue I had with this watch when it came down was that the diver bezel did not turn. This is something you really want in a diver's watch because it just adds to the joy of having someone to play with as well as doing all the timings and everything. I took the watch apart and found out there was an O-ring just inside the bezel itself, which seemed to protect the watch spring, or not the watch spring, but the bezel spring inside here. So I took that out and gave the watch, or the bezel spring itself, a good coat with some, first off, WD-40 just to clear out any potential moisture, and then dried it off and gave it a good hit of 3-in-1 oil. So that should hopefully protect it from any of the elements if I wear it out in the rain or anything. This does mean though it will have lost its 200-meter water resist, but as I don't plan to do any deep sea diving anytime soon, I don't see that being too much of a problem. The only other minor issue I have with this last bit is that it's missing a Little Lume Pip just up the top here. Trying to find those just to buy on their own are an absolute nightmare. They all seem to come from America and they're all really expensive, not including the packaging and getting it shipped out as well. So I managed to find a way around that. So hopefully at a later video I can just update you with the Lume Pip in there, and that'll tell you a little. That should hopefully be the end of that story. So all in all, I really like this watch. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of my key summer watches this year. The weight of it's got quite a substantial weight, so it is quite a heavy watch, but not as heavy as some of my other watches, such as my big heavy metal G-Shock. That thing weighs a ton, but you kind of want that from a G-Shock. When you wear this on the wrist, I've got fairly sort of average size wrists. I've got a 7-inch wrist there. Wish it was as long as something else, but the watch itself does fit pretty well. Doesn't look too bad. And it's quite comforting when you wear it. You definitely know you're wearing this watch, because it's kind of quite reassuring, that weight. It's quite a sturdy build, so it just feels a little bit of confidence when you're wearing it. All in all, as you can probably tell already, I absolutely love this watch, and it really has sparked my desire to get more divers watches into my collection, just because they look really cool, really nice. So get a few more of those in and keep my eyes peeled for any more bargains on eBay, and we'll see how we go from there. So thank you very much for watching. As always, like and subscribe and join my ride.